So it's a night in Bombay and we are here to test this. Now this is the Skoda Kodiaq, the third generation facelifted Skoda Kodiaq, and we are doing a night drive. As you can see over here, we are just gonna hit the ceiling. So a little bit about this car. So as you can see over here, the front grille gets these kind of lights, looks really cool. It's got a beautiful Skoda crystal headlight unit that is just amazing, and the throw from it is just superb. So I just said superb again, one more fantastic car from Skoda. And yeah, it's a 4x4. This is the L&K version. You also have the Sportline version. Let me just quickly take you around the car. That is how the rear section looks like. And yeah, again, crystal lighting for the taillights as well. That is the boot of the car with the third row folded. And yeah, with the third row folded, you have ample amount of space. If you lift the third row, you still have space for at least 4 cabin bags over here. And since it's an electronic boot, the boot closes. There you have some Skoda lighting, puddle lighting that looks really nice. That is the second row. That's my colleague Abhishek sitting over there. That is how you access the third row. You just moves ahead. You can go inside. These seats flip up. Right now there's some luggage, so I'm not doing it. And this has a reclining function as well. You just lift this up, and as you can see, it reclines. This is the third zone climate control. Beautiful tan upholstery, leather upholstery. You have a massive panoramic sunroof over there, and there you go. There's ambient lighting at the back as well, but this is when you open the door, this turns red. Otherwise, you can see we have set it to that cool blue color, and that's your accessory for your mobile holder. You can also get an entertainment pack over here. You also have this. Now this is very necessary because temperatures are rising seriously. That is the front door. Again, as you can see over there, that part of the ambient light is still blue, but since we have opened this door just to signal someone coming from behind that yeah, we open the door, that is what the ambient light does. This is to open the boot. That is your controls for the mirror, and that is how the cabin looks like. Again, soft touch materials. Again, you have leather over here. This is for this cubby hole. You have storage space over here. Sleek AC vent design. That's your 2-zone climate control. You can set it as per your needs. And that's your 12.9-inch screen. You have a virtual cockpit right over here. That is the gear lever right over there. So it is over where the right stalk is. Let's talk a little bit about the driving modes on this. So to change the driving modes, you can see there are screens over here. So if you press this, you can see there is air, volume, smart climate control, volume, and then driving profile. So you have your eco, then you have normal, sport, off-road, snow, and individual. So we'll keep it at normal since we're gonna do a normal city drive, or let's just keep it at sport. Yeah, keep it at sports. So that is your Android Auto playing over there. Again, works very smoothly. That's your virtual cockpit that you can actually change and configure according to your size. Let me just quickly put this light off, and if you change the ambient light, you can see that the light for the cluster also changes as per the ambient light, and it's a very smart move. It's a good thing. Let us buckle up for a quick drive. And that's your shifter, as I mentioned. So to shift a gear, you just have to either do this, that goes in D, this, the gearbox goes in sport mode. Then again, if you go like this, neutral, and that's your reverse. That's your 360-degree camera, and that's how the view is from behind. You have active guidelines over here. So yeah, let us quickly go to the drive mode. Let us start driving. First things first, let me tell you a quick engine brief about the Kodiaq. So this is obviously available in a 4x4 variant as of now. So this thing is powered by a 2-liter TSI Petrol Engine. That is your TSI engine, the 2-liter TSI engine. It gets a 7-speed DSG gearbox. Okay, so power wise, this thing produces around 201 bhp of power and 320 Nm of peak torque. Again, it's made to a 7-speed DSG gearbox. So the gearbox is absolutely fantastic. There is no lag whatsoever in the gearbox, and it just shifts very quickly. However, if you put it on the S mode, it will hold the gears a little more towards the higher rev range. But other than that, if you put it on D and you just drive it calmly, as Skoda has mentioned that this can give a fuel economy of up to 15 kilometers per liter, which is, I think, really nice for a car that's a 4x4. So yeah, once again, the suspension setup is very, very nice. It is, since this is the L&K version, you also have a Sportline version in this. The suspension setup is absolutely fantastic. It is so comfortable, even on undulations. And yes, when you want to really flow the car, you will absolutely just see that the suspension is kind of adapting. Obviously, they are not adaptive suspension, but if you take a corner at high speeds also, this thing will absolutely stick to the lines. It is just so good. And I really can't speed over here right now, but I would have shown you how fast the gears shift down and how fast it can just go. Triple speeds, no problem. I think it gets a top speed of around 200 and maybe 30-40. We've not obviously checked that out right now since we are limited to a certain amount of speed. But yes, it is a fantastic car to drive around. NVH levels are just awesome. And yeah, that is the high beam of the vehicle. There you go. It is just awesome. The lights are so bright, you really don't need to get anything else. The factory fit system, especially the sound system, the Canton sound system and the lighting system is just amazing. So if we talk about the pricing of the Kodiaq, so the Sportline version will be priced around say between 38 to 40 lakh rupees, which is a pretty decent price. I think that will get a set of different suspension, slightly stiffer tune suspension than this because that's the Sportline. But this thing will, I think, get a price of around between 40 to 45 lakh, which is absolutely justified for the amount of things that this car offers. It is a 7-seater, it's a 4x4, it's a 2-liter TSI petrol engine giving almost 15 kilometers to a liter if you cruise properly on the highway. It's got level 2 ADAS, it's got a beautiful sound system, beautiful suspension setup, and the steering wheel is very nice. It weighs up a little bit as and when you go through the modes, so that means sport mode, the steering wheel will be slightly stiffer, and in eco it will be a little on the softer side, like it'll be very light. It's a fantastic machine. Skoda always makes just amazing cars. Just look at the amount of detail that they have on this, especially the Sportline edition. That thing gets Alcantara seats and a liner, and that thing just looks awesome. I mean, I'm not saying that the tan leather on this is not looking good. It's got ventilated seats, it's got massage seats, it's got everything, but again, Alcantara is Alcantara. So yeah, that was the Skoda Kodiaq 4x4, and I hope you like this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any more questions about the Kodiaq, we are happy to answer them. Mention down in the comment section. And we've also separately made another video about the features that this car gets, so you can go check that out as well. So hope to see you soon. I'm Pramit signing out. See you next time in another video. Thank you so much for watching, and please drive safe.